Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about the future of Marvel. We are going to be talking about the Thunderbolts and then speak about Kang the Conqueror and the actor that might potentially replace Jonathan Majors. So let me tell you guys one thing. I feel like Kevin Feige, ever since Endgame, is going through hell. He goes through hell every day because of the amount of people that don't want to be in certain positions, because of the amount of movies that don't turn out to be a success. There's a lot of things that has been going on in Marvel, but of course I am just over exaggerating. I know that Marvel will eventually get back to its feet. It's just going to be taking some time, but we are starting to see the effects of what the actor strike did to Marvel, and that is why again I do want to speak about the Thunderbolts. Because look, the Thunderbolts were announced back in fall 2022. There was no villain that was announced at that time, and then later, a few days later, we heard that Robert Kirkman stated that Yeun was going to play Sentry, who was going to be the villain going up against Thunderbolts. And I think that many of us were excited, right? Because he is a phenomenal actor. We know that him portraying Sentry would be amazing, and also knowing that Sentry was going to be the villain, like, are you kidding me? This is like a Superman 2.0. Steven was literally going to be portraying the strongest Marvel character out there, and that was again very exciting for us, and especially very exciting for Steven. Then we even heard coming from Daniel RPK on X, or aka Twitter, that he has seen Steven Yeun trying his Sentry suit, and he claimed that it might be the best superhero suit that many have seen in the MCU. That was his opinion, by the way. We have not seen Steven wear the Sentry suit, but according to him, who is an insider, he said that it is probably the most comic accurate suit ever, and that many of us were supposedly going to end up liking it. So there was a lot of good news with the actor and also with this character and what we were going to be seeing in the Thunderbolts. But it has been claimed, according to many sources and also coming from the Hollywood Reporter at this time that I'm recording this video, 7:34 p.m. Pacific time, that Steven Yeun will not be playing Sentry in the Thunderbolts. He has pulled out and he is no longer going to be casted, which is crazy because I really do question, like, what happened? What happened between him supposedly supposed to be playing Sentry and today? And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the scheduling issues, and the reason why, not just with Steven, right, why so many actors are stressed about scheduling issues is because of the actor strike. I do believe that the actor strike has affected the schedules of Steven and of course Marvel Studios, because many movies on their part has been delayed. There was supposed to be a Thunderbolt movie this year in July 2024, but we're not going to be seeing Thunderbolts until July 2025, and again it is because of the actor strike. So it did affected multiple departments. Like, really think about this, right? The Thunderbolts and everybody that was involved in this film, in this project, were supposed to start filming and start this process last year, but it did not happen. All of that had to be postponed because the actors could not do anything, and that is why Steven is pulling out from playing Thunderbolts, because he does have other projects that he has to work on. And I feel like Steven is also putting his other projects over the Marvel project, even though I do think that this project specifically, playing Sentry, was probably going to be his biggest project, but to him he thinks that doing the other ones are more important. And I feel like also because he has signed with those other projects before he signed to play Sentry in Marvel. And so look, one thing is for sure, Sentry will continue to be the main villain going up against the Thunderbolts, but it will not be Steven Yeun no more. And so I'm just going to give out my speculations and my theories on what I think could happen in the future. Again, I might be wrong. Everything that I'm going to be saying here is not factual, it's not a real thing, it's just me speculating. But could this be the reason why Marvel met with Ryan Gosling, one of the actors that did star in Barbie? Because yes, Ryan has met with Marvel and Kevin Feige about 3 weeks ago, and maybe Ryan Gosling could be the actor that might replace Steven Yeun to play Sentry. Because if you really think about it, Ryan Gosling is someone who does resemble Sentry a lot, and I did claim that Ryan Gosling maybe could play the Beyonder in the future, because again, he is an actor that does also resemble the Beyonder. If you really look at the comics, he can't play him. So it's just all speculation. I don't know who Ryan Gosling is going to be playing, but for sure Steven Yeun will not be playing Sentry no more. And this is what's going to lead me towards the next conversation, right? Since we are talking about Kang the Conqueror and who could play Kang and also the Beyonder, we do have some sources claiming that Colman Domingo could be replacing Jonathan Majors. And it says here, according to Daniel RPK, that Colman Domingo is reportedly one of the actors being considered to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. And let me tell you, if this actor here ends up playing Kang the Conqueror, I would be all in for it, because he is someone that does really portray a villain character because of his voice, his posture, everything that he does in films. Colman Domingo, he does have that eerie vibe. And 2 years ago, one of the reporters, or like a journalist, did ask Colman Domingo about whether he would accept to play a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And how we saw Colman Domingo respond to that question, he basically said that he would blindly accept any role that was being offered. This is what he said: "I think I'm ready now. I'm worked out, fit. I just want to be the villain. I don't want to be the good guy. I actually want to do some really dirty, nasty work. Now, a lot of people have been quoting this as if Colman Domingo said this about 2 or 3 hours ago or like yesterday, but this was 2 years ago, before all of this drama between Jonathan Majors and his case and Kang the Conqueror. So my question now is this: would he accept this role now? Like, would he really take on this role and replace Jonathan Majors? Like, would he be comfortable replacing somebody that he knows? Because this whole Kang thing was supposed to be Jonathan's. It was supposed to be his, nobody else's. He even signed a contract that stated that no other actor was allowed to play Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. Jonathan Majors really wanted that for himself. And so this situation and this position, it does carry a lot of controversy. And I don't know if Colman Domingo would want to have this position. He's also going to have to think about the type of press questions that he's going to be receiving in the future. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just that type of person that says, I don't care, I'll take on this role. It does not matter. I know Jonathan Majors, but that's a whole separate thing that has nothing to do with me. And again, he just simply does not care, and he moves forward with this position and this role that he is being offered by Kevin Feige. So if it does end up happening, again, I would be a huge fan. I have nothing against this actor here. I think that his range, his versatility that he shows on scenes is amazing. We're talking about someone that has been in Fear of the Walking Dead, Zola. He made a couple of appearances in Euphoria. He made the voice of Unicron in the brand new Transformers movie. Here's going to be an example of what he sounded like. And he is currently in a film called The Color Purple, which is currently in theaters. So I think that if they were to ask him, could he play different variants of Kang the Conqueror? He can do it. He can definitely do it. He has the range. He has the flexibility. I can really see him play different people that has different characteristics to portray whatever he does need to portray in these other Kang variants. So again, I am okay with this recast, and the MCU is no stranger to recasting certain characters. Like, we've seen it with the Incredible Hulk. We have seen it with Rhodey. I think what's important is that if you're going to recast and you're going to replace an actor with another actor, make sure that next actor is a big time actor, someone who commands the screen, someone who is versatile, someone who has range, somebody who is passionate in what they do. To me, Colman Domingo looks like one of those actors and people, because I think that if you aim to do that, you'll end up forgetting what happened before, and you'll forget about who was even the person before this current actor that used to play this role. So for sure, we could see him play Kang in Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, because honestly, I don't see Avengers 5 and 6 coming out until like 2027 or 2028. Yes, I still think also, according to many of these reports, that we will not see Kang until the last few films during this saga. So don't expect him to appear as Kang the Conqueror if he is casted within these next 4 to 5 films that the MCU is going to be putting out. I strongly believe that we're still going to be seeing Kang the Conqueror being sidelined in the near future, and we are going to be focusing on other things. Marvel Studios wants to focus on something else that can get the people excited, and like we have said before, it is the X-Men, the emergence of the X-Men meeting up with the Avengers. So I do want to ask 2 questions here. Who do you think should play Sentry for the Thunderbolts movie? And also, do you think that Colman Domingo is the right actor to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.